Hey, this is Black Power Hour, Underground Warrior TV. I'm back at you with another video. Hey, man, go and mash up them likes, share this video, subscribe to the channel. You know how we doing on Underground Warrior TV, man. Check this out, man. You cannot enlighten your people about nothing because we so stiff-necked when it comes to warning our people about other places and race is the issue. If you tell a particular black person they don't like certain black people in some parts of Tennessee, black people don't never listen. They say you're a conspiracy theorist when you try to warn your people not to go to a sundown state or a sundown city. These places still exist. In the height of Trump's madness, and it's still going on to this day with all this racist things that are happening around the world to black people. I read the stories every day. How black people are being killed and dismembered, disfigured. You feel what I'm saying? So, you could just warn your people, man. Your people hard-headed. They believe that they're not black or something. You got to understand, everybody in the world hate black people. To recognize that situation, and for me to say that I don't want to go to some parts of the South, a lot of people say you scared. I'm not going to let the racists stop me from traveling. Well, I'm not going to travel to where there's a majority of white people to hate black people. In this state, in this city, in the United States of America, there's certain places that black people shouldn't be. And if you get caught in these places, they still lynch you like back in the 50s. They still lynch you like in the days of the slave trade. It don't change. Everybody's still the same. Black people always got their open arms for the enemy. I could say majority of Mexicans hate black people. That's true. I'm a racist because I point that out. I'm a racist because I pointed out that Jewish people hate black people. But I'm a racist for pointing out the obvious. I'm a conspiracy theorist for telling the truth. We cannot turn a blind eye on our oppressors and our opposers. Everybody that hate black people, they must be watched. I watch black people because I know black people are sick in the head. I don't scrutinize the brothers and sisters of the new generation to say they up to bad things all the time, but I do watch my back. And being aware, it's not paranoid. They give people enlightenment about certain particular knowledge when it got to do with race. Why people always don't believe what you saying, that you are ignorant person basing everything on race, where everything is based on race. White supremacy run white supremacy around the world based on race because they don't want to see black people emerge back on top. So they do anything to keep black people on the bottom. And just because I know the reality and I spit that truth, people are upset. Black people, they get upset. You can't tell them nothing. You can't warn them about nothing. Fam, last Friday, 3 black men, 1 black woman traveled from North Carolina. When they got to Texas, Brownsville, Texas, they drove into Mexico. They drove into Mexico, and the reason for the trip, because the woman from the trip and another person was supposed to get cosmetic surgery in Mexico. This happened last Friday. In a city in Mexico called Matamoros. Matamoros. 4 of the people that was kidnapped, 2 of them was killed. 4 of the people that was kidnapped, 2 of them was killed in Mexico. And you know what? Why is everybody trying to play it like the Mexicans ain't racist? They killed black people in Mexico because they was black. Flat out. News report keeps saying that the drug cartel that shot at the van they was in an SUV van, a white SUV van with North Carolina plates. The media keeps saying the reason why they attacked the van, because they shot the van up, killed 2 people, is because they thought they was from Haiti and they was rival smugglers. I kind of find that hard to believe. I think they took the opportunity to kill these people because they was black. Flat out. Okay, y'all. 20 minutes from Brownsville, Texas. It's Mexico. You could drive right into Mexico. As soon as they drove in, it was explained that they were shot at. And the thing about it, y'all, the people that was killed was Zendale Brown and Shaheed Woodward. I believe they was killed when they crossed the border. When they drove right in to this little city in Mexico, the so-called drug cartel was already in the midst of a shootout with a rival cartel, and they just so happened to get caught in the crossfire, and a Mexican woman got killed standing around watching. They want to make sure that we know about the Mexican woman that got shot in the crossfire, because they don't want black people to say it's about race. It's about race at the end of the day. And I'm surprised this happened Friday. They found him Tuesday. And I'm surprised that they left 2 people alive. You feel what I'm saying? Lativia T. McGee, I like to hear her story, how things went in Mexico during this horrific, act, shooting people and beating them and throwing them around. You know what I'm saying? I saw them put her up on the truck and throw her. And I want to hear about Eric Williams. Eric Williams was a survivor too, who got shot, I think, several times in the leg by the cartel. I think they was going to be held for ransom, or I think they may have been held for body organ harvesting. The 2 major things I thought that they would probably do to these people when I first heard about this story is they going to kill them because they're black and they can harvest the organs that goes on in Mexico, where people are kidnapped, steal the organs like here in America. It happens in America. It just never hit the news. Organ harvesting is big money. Kidneys, livers, hearts are big money. on the black market. So, with that being said, I really truly think if the Mexican authorities wouldn't have intervened, because these sisters and these brothers was located in a shack. They was packed in the shack, guarded by one Mexican nationalist who was also arrested. So maybe he would tell the real motive of them killing black people and holding those black people for hostage. You know, 9 times out of 10, you're going to kill people anyway. That's how the Mexican people get down. They'll send a ransom letter or whatnot, or what kind of money they want, but at the end of the day, they kill you anyway. My thing is this. Black people got to pay attention, especially in these days and times. You got to pay attention. I got kin people, great visit Tennessee. I don't want to go. I do not want to be in Tennessee. And I'm telling my kin people, be alert, stay aware. That don't mean you paranoid because you watching your surroundings. Niggas always say some dumb shit when you try to tell them, hey man, don't go down there, man. Don't white folks down there. Oh, them white folks, they okay. My next door neighbor white. Me and her get along. Or me and Jim, Bob, we get along. This my white friend. This Mexican is my friend. Chico, my friend. Lopez is my friend. And you keep forgetting, Lopez may be your friend. Bob may be your friend. He's a minority. You can count him on the hand. But the majority of Mexicans, majority of whites have no love for black people. That's just the way it is. So we got to be more vigilant and pay attention when people giving us knowledge. Sometimes it may be a warning that someone is trying to give us. This girl's mother told her not to go because she had a funny feeling something was going to happen in Mexico. And Metamours is in Tamaulipas, Mexico, Tamaulipas, and they say that this particular area is a safe haven for drug cartel. So they went into a hornet's nest. As soon as they left Carolina and got to Texas, Brownsville, Texas, and that SUV, North Carolina plates, as soon as the cartel seen that, they lit that van up, killing 2 people. So out of the 4 people that were kidnapped, only 2 survived. And I want to hear their stories, how it went down and what they went through and what they heard. And I bet you it's got something to do with harvesting organs and race. The 2 bodies that were found in this particular shack, do they have all their body organs? We should know here in a few days. We got to pay attention. You know, when someone tell us to, don't go here. If you don't believe that person, you can always go on the internet and go online and find out what's safe place to go in Mexico and what place not to go in Mexico. We know in the border of Brownsville, Texas, right across there, we know not to go in there because of the incident that happened Friday. Be vigilant. Right here in America, the same thing goes on, and they don't put it on the news where our black women are being kidnapped. You may hear about it on your local news, but it won't get the worldwide news like Amy, like the white girl Amy, with a sunny disposition, the white girl, they gonna put her on the world news, the local news, when she come up missing. And I don't understand Mexico, you know, they said when Mexicans come up killed in America, no one says anything about it. But there was black people that were killed in Mexico. You know, Mexico made mad the the president saying that America over exaggerate the crimes that happened in Mexico. We got proof. They killed that all white family about a year ago. Wasn't that about a year ago? Smoked them, blew the whole car up. And you telling me that America is over exaggerating when they talk about Mexico and all we see is gunfire, smoke, killing? Be mindful, y'all. Quit being so arrogant and egotistic when someone from among you tell you and give you a warning not to go certain places. When they give you that warning, if you still want to go, make preparations where you be a little bit safer. Because I think you could have had a gun on you, you know, come across the border right into Mexico. Be safe. You know, you can look up, you know, what's safe in Mexico and what's not safe in Mexico, where to go. Be vigilant, black people. Don't be stupid. So that won't happen to me. Black people always say, that don't happen to me. I can't catch AIDS, so I'm going to have sex with, unprotected. AIDS can't happen to me. I can't get shot. I can't be killed. And we know about the kidnapping in Mexico. Black people still go, though, because we always had that notion, instead of making some type of preparation, that it won't happen to me. Same thing. One of my friends said, they going to Mexico, irregardless who got kidnapped. That ain't going to happen to me. Don't make you no coward or you paranoid, you schizophrenic, because you always on post paying attention. When you black, you better pay attention. Everybody in the world hates you. Everybody, even black people. When I go outside these doors, in this ghetto, I watch my surroundings. When people walk through, black, that's right. Because I know black people sick with that self-hate syndrome. I'm watching your ass as if you was a white terrorist when you walking through my neighborhood. I'm watching you. I don't trust nobody. Black, white, Puerto Rican, I don't care what race you are. If you hate black people, everybody on the planet hate black people. Since I'm a black man, I'm public enemy number one. That's why those two black men was probably executed. They probably looked masculine. They probably looked like a threat. Probably had dreadlocks or whatnot. And they shot them. They could have let them go because they went to Mexico for cosmetic surgery. They had nothing to do with the drug cartel or trying to smuggle drugs up out of Mexico. Pay attention, y'all. Don't quit being arrogant. When people try to give you some advice, and people can have a little story about how racist it is in America, you twist your mouth up. You don't want to hear it. But all you got to do is turn on the news and turn on the internet. Go to YouTube. You can see the cases. A lot of people in my family, certain people say they don't go to YouTube because YouTube got a bunch of conspiracy theorists up on the motherfucking platform. Yeah, you got some dumb shit on YouTube. You got some real life educational things on YouTube. But if you just rely on the Bible and you just hate when black people speak the truth about your slave master, I'm talking to you black people, you get upset. You're willing to take a bullet for your slave master. You're ready to bite my head off for telling the truth about the white slave master. So when somebody tell you something, ignorant Negro, or you a conspiracy theorist, is that the best you got? When somebody trying to give you some real live knowledge that can save your life? You can't even tell a brother or sister, and you should consume that because this particular food will give you diabetes, a heart attack. Well, I've been eating this stuff all this time. My grandmother lived to be 69. She was eating pork all her life, and that's why she was bent over. Because that trichinosis worm also goes into the spine of individuals. So if you've been eating pork all your life and you bent like this, you can't even walk straight up. Yes, that worm in the pig do something to your bones. But you can't get that knowledge to black people. You know, you can't even tell them how black people was forced to eat chitlins and parts of the pig. It was by force under slavery. And that's why you eat it today. You the one that made swine a delicacy. Because what the white man used to do, he said gut it, cut all the parts off of it and cook it. But you was in the slave trade. You didn't eat that much. They fed you one meal and sent you to the shack. But when he threw that pork away, when your slave master had that swine put in the trash can, you went and got it out, cut the ears off, you cut the nuts off, you cleaned the motherfucking intestines. You made a delicacy out of this particular animal. You ate every part of that animal because you had to survive. It smelled so good that the slave master came out his house, his big slave plantation house, to the slave shack and had bowls of that food, of that pork. So he started making money off of it. Black people clean the intestines, was eating it, so the white man put chitlins on the motherfucking market. We always start some shit, but we will never own it. This fucking lottery shit that they play at every state, we own that shit too. We was first ones that ran the number system, and the Italians killed us and attacked us, and was a big war in New York. That's what the comedy Harlem Nights was about, giving you the truth, but using it from a comical standpoint. Hey, be mindful, man. If you black, be mindful where you go in the world, and don't trust nobody when you black. Peace and black power.